guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carla and I hope that you're really having a great day and that you're staying safe at home. So for today's video, for the first time ever, I'm going to be doing a digital drawing. So for this I'm going to be using a Wacom that I actually borrowed from my dad, so that's that. And I'm going to be drawing Toph from the Avatar series. I just love it so much, like I rewatched it this quarantine, I fell in love with it again. And definitely Toph is one of my favorite characters, so in honor of my first digital drawing, I'm going to be drawing her. And yeah, I hope that you really like this idea and that you stick with me, so let's see how all this works. And also guys, as a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed, then go ahead and do it. Give it a like, share, comment down below because I always read those. And yeah, without anything else to say, let's see how all this turns out because I'm really excited for this. So I'm starting off with a sketch, and I did my homework, I did research a little to at least know the basics, because if not I was going to do a horrible mess, even though I did make one. So I found out I was able to use layers, and that's amazing because like I was able to do first the sketch and then later on the like real definitive drawing, and to add like different colors and stuff like that, and it's just impressive. So as you're able to see, everything looks like a hot mess, but I was trying my best at this and I was still getting the hang of this, so just wait a little for me. I'm just getting the hang of everything, and yeah, I'm just doing the sketch right now. And let me just say guys, it's amazing the quantity of tools that this app uses. I'm shook right now. I didn't even go through all of them, I used some of them, and just imagine the things that you can do with all of this. Obviously because you're able to zoom so much into the image, you're able to get like those tiny spots that you will never get with a graphite or with a color pencil. So probably I will be doing a part 2 of this, and I will be trying perhaps to do a realistic drawing. I know it's a lot going from animated character into realism, but if I study enough, perhaps I'm able to create one. At this part, I was really happy with how everything was going. I liked the face and the body, and I was actually really getting the hang of everything because I started to do my lines a little bit more looser, and I wasn't that scared that I was going to make rough lines because I knew I was able to erase everything, and also because I had the layers, and that's amazing. Once I finished the draft, I was able to cover everything with the lines that were going to be the real thing. And I just love that because obviously when you're doing that in a piece of paper, you have to be a little bit more careful, because whenever you create a line, it's going to stain the paper in some kind of way. Even if you do it like as soft as you can, you know that you have to be more careful with that. And in this case, no, because it's going to get everything erased at the end. And I cannot express enough how useful is the zoom tool. I just love it. You can reach those super small spaces whenever you try to do a small detail, and it helps so much. It's super useful. Now let's talk about the stabilization mode. So I have really shaky hands, and it's not a problem for me whenever I'm going to draw drawing on paper because I know I can press a little bit my hand, and it's not going to. It's going to help me to get a little bit less of a shaky hand. But in this time I can't, because I didn't want to break the path or do something weird, so my lines were getting a little bit shaky. And then I found out I can use the stabilization mode, and it helps you a lot to create more straight lines without being so scared of creating shaky ones. So I use this only for the outline, and it's super helpful, guys. When people change, but not us, and we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun, could be soaked to the skin in the morning. So in this part I was moving on to the coloring process, and I found out that there is this tool that you can actually use to not get out of the outlines that you create, and that's awesome. I only use it for this part of the hair, and later on I kept doing the whole drawing without it because I felt like for this time it wasn't that necessary. And I also found out that whenever you set a layer, like, you're not able to go again over it, and that's amazing because, for example, I have already finished the hair and I'm moving on to the face. Then when I'm coloring it, if I make a longer stroke, I'm not going to affect the things that I have already created on the other layer, so that's awesome. And at this part of the drawing, I realized that my pen had like this clickable button. Whenever you pressed it, it took the color that it was over it. So that's amazing because you know the struggle that whenever you're creating a painting or a drawing and you create a color that you really like, but you don't have it anymore, then it's really difficult to create it again. So this is amazing because, for example, for the hair, that gray color that I use, if I wanted to use it again, I just needed to press that button and I had that color again without the necessity of keep looking for a color that will match the one that I have already created. Oh guys, this part of the face was driving me crazy. To find the perfect color to match her, it was a little bit difficult for me because when you're doing a drawing, you know that you only have to add some yellows, a light, and you're like taking account everything. I don't know, I found it easier that way when you're doing it on a piece of paper. And in here I wasn't like really finding that color that I wanted. I gave her like this more orange color that she actually has, and then the shadow was a little bit too dark. And yes, I had to go over tons of different colors to find the right one, but when I did, I was really happy with the results of it.
It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah. You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone.
So I was really happy of how Toph looked, so I went off and did the background. And I can tell you how satisfying is when you put the brush and everything blends perfect into perfection. It's amazing. And so yeah, I'm really happy with the actual ending results. I didn't thought it was going to look this great. I actually thought it's going to look horrible. I didn't even thought if I was going to upload this because I was scared that it wasn't going to look fine, but I actually loved it a lot. So I'm super happy with the ending results. Like, I was really worried because I had never tried this and it was the first time, so I was really nervous and I was messing up everything, but then I like started to take and realizing what I had to do. So yeah, I loved it so much. I really am able to see why people love so much digital drawing, and I definitely recommend that if you want to start and do it. Like, there are so many apps on the iPads and everything in which you can start. I know it's not the same of having like a really good equipment. Like for example this Wacom, I don't really know the price of it, but I'm sure if you look well you will find some cheap ones. And maybe you can search it up for you guys. And yeah, if you like this video, then also give it a like, share, comment down below because I always read those. Subscribe if you haven't. And maybe you want to follow my Instagram account because I always tell you whenever I'm going to upload a new video. And I always put the final photographs of the drawings or the paintings. So it's right here. You can do it if you want. And I'm also going to be leaving that on my description box. And yeah, I hope that you really enjoyed this video and that you stick with me for furthermore. And I hope to see you next week. Bye guys, I love you. Adios.